And welcome to the channel, everybody. Here, Lucas from Mars again with another video, and in this one, it's going to be the start of the All-Star Game festivities here in this Custom League franchise, as I thought I could combine this is the Futures game here, by the way. Thought I could combine the Futures game with, the AAA Minor League All-Star games with the Major League All-Star game, but that video would have been ridiculously long, and so I'm not going to end up doing that. I'm going to split these games off a little bit here. We're going to have the futures game for you. A look at a lot of these prospects that we have in this league, and in real life, and haven't really shown you guys a lot of these prospects since the opening day of like the minor league systems, and I think that's something that I want to do a lot more in YouTube. Unfortunately, I didn't really cover the minor leagues really that much in their franchise in year one, but I think it was more important to kind of focus on the major league team. And I mean, we just had this is going to be a long season one, and so just wanted you guys to get acclimated to the team. So I think next year, for sure, we're going to do some more stuff with the minor leagues. We definitely wanted to get you guys in on the All-Star game here, or on the Futures game, and then we will showcase AA and AAA minor league all-star games as well. There's going to be a few players that we'll highlight in those bowl games, but we'll play the full game here between the AL and the NL futures. And also, just for reference, again, I mentioned it in our recap, and our season recap, or all-star recap video, that I will not actually have the home run derby. I did play the home run derby. There's Mackenzie Gore starting for the National League Futures here, and in 17 starts this season, he's been pitching pretty well. 3.4 ERA and a 1.23 WHIP, 117 strikeouts and 113 innings. That's a guy. Mackenzie Gore plays for the Nashville Stars in this game, and I do expect him to be in the major league level at some point this season. I think at the September call-up period, we will have him be up in the majors because he is really close. He's like a 70 overall, 71, 72 overall kind of player like that. So anyway, going back to kind of the major league stuff, I did record the All-Star, or the home run derby, but then I accidentally deleted the clip that I recorded from the All-Star, or from the home run derby, I'm sorry. And so I know who won the home run derby. I have a screenshot of actually who won the home run derby, so I will tell you guys who won the home run derby. It's probably not going to be a surprise. You can probably guess who it is. Honestly, just on basis of who's doing well this season. But I'll tell you guys who won that and everything, and then we'll just have the All-Star game. So, unfortunately, apologize for that. But there's Nick Lodolo, and I mean, he's been pretty decent as well. 17 starts at 3.75 ERA, 113 hits for him, 101 strikeouts, and a 1.35 WHIP. And he will pitch. C.J. Abrams steps up to the plate for the NL here. Well, I think that Nick Lodolo plays for the Tampa Bay Vipers, and he's, again, another one of those pitchers really on the fringe, 70 overall type of guy that I think will be getting his shot at the majors as well this season. So there's C.J. Abrams there. This is the lineup. Lazaro Monteros, Colton Cowser batting 30. He's batting 290 this season. That's really good. Justin Casas, KJ Harrison, Michael Toglia, Michael Ford, Justin Foscu, and I couldn't quite catch the last name there, but 5 home runs, 33 RBIs, nearly an 800 OPS for Colton Cowser. So he's been very good this season. He's going to fly it fairly deep into left field, but it is caught out there to end the bottom of the first inning. So both teams play the first here, nothing really happening. There's Andy Pages, nearly an 800 OPS for him, 8 home runs, 32 ribbies, so he's been having a good start to his season here in year one. As there is a swing and a miss through that fastball right there, as Mackenzie Gore looking to pitch a second inning of work here in this game. And that one is going to be caught on the corner, apparently, for strike 3. And Andy Pages kind of talks back to the umpire there. That was very borderline, and the umpire gives him the benefit of the call. Let's take a look here. It probably was just barely off the plate, but still really close pitch. So here is Dustin Harris, and Harris, not a guy that we highlighted when we opened the AAA season, but he's got an 801 OPS, 10 home runs, and 53 ribbies, so he's been really, really good, actually, in the first half of the season here. And he's definitely a guy to look out for, you know, kind of going in the second half next year as well. And he gets a base hit. So, man on for Robert Poisson, who is going to... No, Dustin Harris is going to go to second base, and the high throw gets him there to second easily. So, a stolen base there by Dustin Harris. And, I mean, he had a good jump as well. Not really ready for that stolen base attempt. As there's a ground ball. That's going to move the runner from second to third, as throwing to first base in time to get the out there. So now 2 down here, 90 feet away in this second inning. Now here's James Outman, batting .223 on the season. 6 home runs for him. As the 1-0 is a fly ball, shallow center, and that ball is going to fall in and drop for a base hit. James Outman with an RBI single, and that will make it a 1-0 lead here in the second inning for the American League. As that was not even a great pitch to swing out there. Really had to reach out and chase that ball. Really good pitch, but it ends up being a better hit by Outman there. Chase Anderson coming in to pitch. I don't think Chase Anderson is not really a prospect, I don't believe. A little bit more of an older guy in this Futures game. But anyway, he has had a really good season, though, all things considered. There's a fly ball, and that is caught by C.J. Abrams. But a good play, again, by James Outman. How about him coming in and getting that, reaching for that ball, and just found a spot for it there in shallow center. So the AL takes the lead here in this first inning, 1-0. Middle of the second here now, and here's Tristan Casas, and yeah, kind of struggling, only batting, you know, .231, .623 OPS, only 6 homers, 38 ribbies, so kind of struggling overall for him on the season here. And he's going to swing and miss way late there on a fastball way up and a little inside, and that was not a good pitch to swing at there. As here's KJ Harrison here at the plate, and Harrison 281 on the average for him, and 831 OPS, 8 homers, 56 ribbies. Man, he's been excellent, and he'll probably make that trip to the All-Star game as well. He's been really good, and he gets a perfect swing timing there to deliver the first hit of the game for the National League Futures here. So now with 2 outs in the inning, here's Harry Ford, 292 average for him, and a 759 OPS. So he's doing pretty well. And he's going to pop it up, though, here behind the plate. And I don't know who the catcher is on the American League side, is going to make the catch there to end the second inning. So there's a hit, but no runs. We go now into the third, and here's Touki Toussaint, and he's been very, very good so far in 107 innings this season. 3.03 ERA, 82 strikeouts to 33 walks. So, I mean, 18 games. Touki Toussaint looks like a guy that will get his shot in the majors at some point this season. As there's a ground ball to short, Abrams will take care of it. And Touki plays for the Vancouver Vandals, so watch out for him potentially getting a call-up at some point this year for Vancouver. But now we go into the next inning, and there's Jackson Jobe, and Jackson Jobe has struggled, it seems, in 89 innings so far. 12 losses on the season already, and, I mean, just not great numbers for him. Those averages against are pretty high. But Justin Foscue, wow, really good numbers for him, actually, this season. But what can he do here against Jobe? That's a fly ball, and that ball's deep, and it is into the gap, it seems. Yes, it is, and it's actually going to bounce over the wall out there in the outfield. Man, where are we in? What stadium are we in here? I think we are... Man, I mean, that's a pretty tall wall, actually. That ball bounced pretty highly. We're actually in Vancouver Stadium, actually. We're in Palm Park right now. As there's a line drive and a base hit into the outfield. And in the score comes the runner. Now, not even a slide, but it didn't really need to be. That throw was offline. And nice play. C.J. Abrams ties the game here at 1. Slash that one into center field for a big-time hit. So 1-1 score, Lazaro Montero's up, and that's a curveball that just misses, apparently, on the outside corner. Jobe is wanting to get some kind of a break there with that pitch. That was probably a strike. Now the next pitch by Armenteros is a hard-hit ground ball, but it ends up being right to the second baseman. So the runner will move up, now 90 feet away, but now out number 2 in the inning. As now walking to the plate here is going to be Colton Cowser again. 0 for 1 with a flyout in the first inning for him. As a pitch here is another ground ball, but it is again right to the second baseman, and they get the out. So, and there was a chance to take the lead there. They don't come through with that, but C.J. Abrams delivers with a big-time single up the middle, and we have a tied score at 1 apiece as we go to the 4th in this game. And so now coming out for the National League here is Emerson Hancock, whose 95.2 innings this season could have certainly been going a little bit better for him. A 4.23 ERA, so not like absolutely terrible, but definitely could be a little bit better for him. Andy Pahe is here. He is going to swing and miss at a curve, or yeah, a curveball down low. That was a pretty filthy pitch by Hancock right there, actually. And out with 2 outs, it's a fly ball. Armenteros ranging over, makes the play to end the top of the 4th inning. So that's a scoreless frame by Hancock there. Now here's Jordan Milosevic, and I mean, similar kind of thing for him. 94.1 innings could have been certainly going a little bit better for him. A 296 average against righties, 287 against lefties, a 4.67 ERA. So, again, another guy that is kind of struggling in the starting rotation there in AAA. And here's Casas. What can he do here? There's a swing, and there's another ball cranked into the opposite gap this time, into the wall. And another extra base knock. Second inning in a row that begins with a double here for the National League. Cashed in with a run last time that happened. Now there's 2 outs in the inning, though, for Harry Ford. 0 for 1. Popped out last time. Can he do something here? As there's a fly ball, and it's hit pretty well, but shallow. And oh, what a play! Diving play made by James Outman in center field. Look at this play again. Full-on extension. That just saved a run right there. What a play. Man, he's got an RBI, and now just saved that run. That was a ridiculous play there in the outfield. So now here comes Grayson Rodriguez out of the bullpen here. And man, 83.1 innings, not good numbers. We haven't seen pitchers with a pitcher with some good numbers here in quite a while, actually, it seems. But there's a swing, and there's a drive into the gap here. Armentero's not going to get to it. That's going to go to the wall. And there's an extra base hit to begin this top of the 5th inning. Another inning here that starts with a double. Third one here, or another half inning at least that starts with a double. And now it's James Outman again. And now Outman is going to drive it into the outfield. Cowser on his horse. And Cowser does make the play there in the gap. Tagging from second to third base is the runner. So there's another man 90 feet away. And, I mean, Outman does a job there that he was kind of supposed to do. He just moves the runner over. And now he's Francisco Alvarez, only batting 196 this season, so he's been definitely struggling in Double-A. But he's going to ground it over to Foscue, and Foscue's going to go home with it, and they're not going to be able to get the out. So, I mean, I kind of thought that they could maybe make a play there at the plate, but it ends up being kind of a mistake because now there's still only 1 out in the inning. So Rodriguez will give up a run. It's a 2-1 game now, and that'll go down as a fielder's choice. So now here comes Tyler Black. Still 1 down in the inning, 0-1. Line drive. Oh, what a play! Harrison with the catch and with the tag on the runner trying to go back to first. And an unconventional double play there ends the top half of the 5th with a lead for the American League. Here comes Cole Winn. A 4.3 ERA and 92 innings for him. This season there's 2 on, 1 out, ground ball to third. There's a tag, and there's a throw to first base made to end the inning. So there's another double play. That one a little bit more conventional, but still kind of maybe a little unconventional as we go to the next inning here. And here's R.J. Dabovich. I'm not sure how old Dabovich is. I mean, he's only pitched 13 innings, though, which is kind of low for him. But, I mean, he's been excellent in those 13 innings. So Maybe should give him a little bit more innings going into the second half of the season. But either way, there's a drive into the outfield, and Cowser is not going to get to this one. That is off the wall. And another inning here that starts with a double. So that's the fourth half inning now that begins with a double. That was Austin Martin there driving an extra base hit into the gap. As we kind of see where that one ended up going, right in between those outfielders there. And so now here's Robert Poisson, and there he's going to take a fastball inside. Poisson is 0 for 2 in this game so far with a flyout and a ground out. As now Dabovich here leaning in for this 0-1 pitch. And that ball is in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Harry Ford, and that's going to move the runner to third base. And there's a wild pitch. So now only 90 feet away. And there's a fly ball, and they're going to cash in on that mistake as Cowser makes the play, but that's really deep center. And they are not going to have a play at the plate. So Austin Martin will score. Sacrifice fly makes the game 3-1, and the AL extending their lead. And I mean, Colin Cowser did everything he could do there in that situation. Now it's Andy Pages, and Pages is going to swing and miss there on a changeup. Really good pitch by Dabovich there on the outside part of the plate. And we get a look at it from StatCast here. Yeah, 5-inch break, a 16.49 RPM. Really good pitch by Dabovich there. Now Dustin Harris. He is going to ground it over to Foscue at second base, and Foscue goes the short way to end the top of the sixth. But another hit and another run for the AL. So they're up 3-1 now. The NL Futures have not done really anything here in the last few innings. So they got to get their offense cooking again. And here's George Kirby. And George Kirby has had a pretty good season so far in 97.1 innings. A 3.24 ERA for him. 49 strikeouts to 30 walks. So the walk rate is a little bit high, but overall a decent season. Ground ball back up the middle, and there's one there. The throw to first base again is an out, and that's another double play. Third one of the game. The second one grounded into here by the NL, and it's another 0 put up here by AL pitching. So we are now quickly into the seventh. Still 3-1 is the score. And yeah, we're going to change the pitchers again. Here's Matt Cronin out of the bullpen, and I mean, only 10 innings for him. So again, I don't know why he's only given up 1 run, it seems, I think, in these 10 innings that he's pitched in. But man, they got to give these guys some more innings, man. But Robert Hassel here coming out of off the bench for the AL here, as he's going to drive a ball into the outfield. Cowser again on his horse. And, I mean, it's like the same hit has happened here in the last 3 half innings for the American League. It's another double to begin the seventh. It's like the 4th double to lead off an inning, and the 4th or 5th double to lead off an inning in this game between these two teams. But, man, the last 3 innings, it's been happening with regularity. Now James Outman is at the plate, and Outman is going to ground it past the first baseman. A diving attempt. Cannot make it, and Outman is going to try to go to second base, and he's going to get there safely with an RBI double. 4-1 American League, and James Outman has had a really good day today. That's his 2nd RBI now, and remember he had a game or a run-saving play that he made earlier back in, I think, the 3rd or 4th inning in this one. And so he's now at second base. There's a walk, and yeah, Matt Cronin didn't really do a great job here. We're going to go to Garrett York out of the bullpen. And Garrett York pitching in Double-A, he's been really good. He's, I think, like 20 or 19. So he's actually a really good young relief pitching prospect. And I'm not sure. I forgot who he plays for, actually. But I'm not sure. If I said so, I wouldn't be with much accuracy. And they're going to get a double play there. Man, another double play. That one pretty unconventional. I mean, we haven't seen a 6-4-3 double play yet in this game. As there's a pop-up, shallow outfield. Armenteros is going to settle underneath it, makes the catch. So that'll end the 7th inning. James Outman again coming through with a big-time moment in this game. Both teams with 7 hits, but one of them behind the 8 ball here, down by 3 runs. We go into the bottom of the 7th, 2 out here in the inning. Ezekiel Duran is going to ground it over to second base, or shortstop, I mean. And there's another scoreless frame. And we're going to go to the 8th, and running out of outs here is the National League Futures to come back in this game. So we go down to the bottom of the 8th. Jeremy De La Rosa is at the plate, and he's going to ground it back up the middle for a base hit. So there's a base runner here for the NL, and this is like 8th hit of the game to this point. And here's Khalil Watson, really good numbers, 291 average for him this season already, and a 745 OPS. Like those numbers for him. He's only 18 years old, and he takes ball 4 on a pitch that was probably a strike. Kendrick Fellows right now pitching for the American League, but this is the most that we've seen the NL be able to muster here in the last few innings. There's a drive by Armenteros, and that ball falls in for a base hit. 1 run will score, and all the way to third base goes the runner from first. A pretty gutsy call right there by the pitching, or by the base coach, but it works out, and that's a 1. It makes it a 2-run game here in the 8th. So, I mean, you got to come back 1 run at a time, and that was a big single there, as Watson is now at third. Still nobody out in the inning. Here's Colton Cowser, and he's going to take a fastball high in there for strike 3. Now 1 down, and it's a ground ball to first. 1 out there. The throw back to first base is in time, and that's a gut punch of a double play right there. Man, we've seen a lot of double plays in this game, but that one definitely hurt the most for the NL, as they do get 1 run in that inning. But, man, it could have been a lot more. First and third, 1 out, or nobody out, and they can't get any more. So here comes Charlie Graves out of the bullpen, and, man, 44 innings for him, and he's been unreal. 2.25 ERA, and only 9 walks. That is some great numbers right there. We're in the bottom of the 9th. 1 down in the inning. There's a ground ball, and that will get through, actually, into the outfield for a single. So the game is not all lost here for the NL. Let's see if they can try and muster something up here. There's a ground ball. What a stop by the second baseman. They are going to get it out at first. So, I mean, that's a big second out. One does move to second base, but that runner at second doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Here comes Ezekiel Duran again. His second at bat tonight. Down to the last strike. It's a line drive. And it is caught by the center fielder. That's going to be the game. And the AL will hold on here in the Futures game. They win it by a final of 4-2. So James Outman had a couple of great, he had a couple of RBIs, a great play in the outfield. And, the offense for the National League just couldn't really do much in this game. They got a run, in the second inning, I think, and then they got another in the 8th, but not enough offense here to come in and win this ball game. And, there's a base hit again. There's a double by Outman. Definitely the double plays hurt the National League in this game. But the AL Futures win it 4-2 here. 8 hits for the AL, 10 for the NL Futures. And actually, the player of the game is, for some reason, Charlie Graves. I don't really know why. Yeah, sure, he got the save. Pitching 1 inning, but offensively, it was definitely probably James Outman. I think that he probably deserves it. He was 2 for 4 in the game with 2 runs scored. Alvarez as well got an RBI for the AL here, and Robert Bresson got the other RBI for the American League Futures there. As you see in the box score, Nick Lodolovic, 2 good innings. Joe gave up a run, and nobody else besides Fellows gave up a run in this game. So the pitching for the AL was really good in this one for sure. And then on the other side, in the NL, not a lot of offense to talk about here, but you have Lazar Armenteros with a big run in the 8th, and C.J. Abrams had that other RBI there. 3 double plays that, the NL grounded into in this game, and that was really one of their biggest downfalls tonight. Mackenzie Gore, 1.2 innings, gave up a run. Rodriguez gave up a run, so did Dabovich, and so did Matt Cronin as well. So That was the pitching there, and that is the that is the futures game. I actually really like that game. I think it's a good showcase of a lot of those prospects that we're going to see in the future. Now we go to the AA All-Star game, one of the two AA All-Star games that we'll kind of cover in this episode here, and we don't care about who that guy is, but either way, we're going to kind of just focus on some key guys in this bowl game. We really won't play a lot of it here. But we'll really focus on the guys that, you know, are good prospects. Leonardo Vasquez has been ridiculously good, by the way, a 1.98 ERA. But there's Victor Mesa Jr. here in this All-Star game. He's batting, you know, around 240, I think that said there, and he's been pretty good. He grounds out here in his first at-bat of this bowl game. And so we'll kind of cover him, but we'll also cover JT Jin, who is coming out to pitch in this game here, and I believe like the second or third inning, but you know, 67 overall pitcher here. Got really good K per 9 and hit per 9. Those are definitely his best statistics there. And in 103 innings, he's been ridiculous actually. 90 hits allowed, but only 28 runs, giving up a 2.44 ERA for him on 98 strikeouts and a 1.24 WHIP. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to see him in the majors this season, but man, he's been excellent here in AA this year for sure. There's a line drive and a base hit here to begin the bottom of the third, and it's already 3-0 for the Northeast All-Stars here. I believe that's what the NEA stands for. There's a drive, and there's a ball dropped in for an extra base hit, and actually gets past the center fielder, so the run from second will score easily, and they're going to stay at second base with a double, so not a great showing here by again. He gives up a couple of extra, or not a couple of extra base hits, but he does give him a run immediately here. There's a strike to Victor Mesa Jr. This is an important at-bat right here. Two of future, you know, stars, potentially. Two future prospects in our league are facing here, and that ball is in the dirt, and actually the catcher here did not know where that ball was. It was right underneath him, but he was kind of running around because I didn't know where the ball was there on that. So that's a wild pitch. Now Victor Mesa Jr.'s RBI chance here is exponentially increased as 90 feet away. There's a fly ball. That's pretty deep. Ramirez on his horse, and he can't get there. That ball is going to drop in for a extra base knock, and all the way to third goes Victor Mesa Jr., and he will get there with a triple. So it's now 5-0. Northeast All-Stars, and JT Jin gives up another run. There's a ground ball right back to him, though. That's a big timeout without allowing another run. So Victor Mesa doesn't come home there. But now it's Charles LeBlanc, and he will ground into first to finally end this third inning. And that was a kind of a rough inning there by JT Jin. He gave up 2 runs. So now we go to the 5th inning here. Victor Mesa Jr. up again, 5-1 game. 2 on, nobody out. Line drive that is caught by the third baseman. And man, a little unfortunate on that swing was Victor Mesa Jr.
Now batting.
So now we have KJ Harrison coming on out of the off the bench, and we've already kind of looked at his stats a little bit. And he now comes up a 1-8 game in the 6th inning. Harrison flies it into the outfield, and it is not caught. It actually bounces off of the glove of the left fielder. And yeah, you're going to see some kind of weird defense in this league that probably should have been caught there. And I'm not sure if they give a hit here to Harrison or not. I didn't show it, so we'll have to look maybe in the box score. It'll show it, but either way, I mean, it might be. I mean, that was a kind of a tougher play, but probably one that should have been made still. But now it's Victor Mesa Jr. up again, and Mesa Jr. is going to line it down the line, and that ball's fair. 1 run will score here. And it's all the way to the corner. They're going to try and get another run across. The throw is not going to be in time. Harrison will score as well. And Victor Mesa Jr., what a day. He's had a triple, now a double, 3 runs scored. Man, that was a big-time hit down the line. And KJ Harrison, kind of a risky send there, but you figure, in a game like this with the defense, I mean, I was just about to talk trash about the defense, and then Chandler Redmond just does that. Okay, that was a crazy play by the first baseman here in the West to prevent another run. But it looks like Northeast, the All-Stars here in the Northeast are going to take this one. They're up by a lot right now. They're up 10-1. Vito Brujan comes out of the bench, and Brujan 266 average is 761 OPS. That's good numbers for him for sure. And he will ground it over into the outfield for a base hit. So maybe the only at-bat that Brujan will get in this game is going to end up being a single. So good job for him. And can we get some offense here for the West here? There's a fly ball. That ball is deep, and it is going to go into Triple's alley out there in the outfield. We're in Coors Field, by the way, right now. Is all the way from first base comes the runner. And Vito Brujan will score from first with a triple. So it's a 2-10 game. I mean, at this point, pretty far out of reach here, but either way, you want to call back one run at a time. And yeah, that's Triple's alley out there, I call it, in this ballpark. 3-11 game. Here's now Vito Brujan up again. 0-2, and there's a line drive, but it is going to be caught there underneath. It is the left fielder. So that'll end the inning. 3-11 here to score. We're now in the top of the 8th, 2 down in the inning. There's a pop-up, and Vasquez, the first baseman, is going to make the catch. So that'll end the ball game here, and the East All-Stars will take this one by a score of 3-11. So they kind of blow out the West here in this All-Star game. But I kind of just, I don't know why. I don't like these uniforms. I don't know what they actually, like what the uniforms look like for the AA All-Star games, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't look like this. I don't know why these are like the base uniforms. I mean, even when you play in the Major League All-Star game, they still don't give you their team jerseys for some reason in that game, which is, I think, a little bit weird. They can definitely update that, but either way, Vito Brujan a hit and a run scored. Really the only guy offensively that we were kind of looking at for AA, the AA All-Star team. I don't know if there was anybody else that we were kind of focusing in there. Or JT Jen, we were focusing on him, but yeah, he gave up 2 runs, 3 hits in his appearance on the mound, so he kind of struggled and was one of the most, I mean, a lot of pitchers for the AA Southwest, or Northeast All-Stars struggled in this game. But Victor Mason Jr. does get the player of the game for in this one for a really good day. 2 for 4 in the game with 3 RBIs for him. So he definitely had a good game. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure. You can pause the video to see if they gave a hit to KJ Harrison. I didn't actually see him there, but I don't know if they did. There is an error for the AA All-Star game, so they might have caught it as an error. But either way, really good game by Victor Mason Jr. And, he's a guy in AA that we got to watch out for a little bit here going forward. So now we got one more All-Star game that we'll hop into here really quickly. And in this game will be Jose Devers, who, good contact, really terrible power numbers for him. But, 2 home runs, 4 triples, 15 doubles for him, a 278 average, and a 726 OPS. Not bad numbers by Devers there in the first half. And then Luis Matos as well, 20 years old, and it got really decent ratings, actually. I like these numbers for Matos. And, 720 OPS for him with the 256 average, 8 homers and 43 ribbies. So he's had a pretty decent start to the first half here in this season. I don't really know who these guys play for. By the way, I couldn't really tell you. But the other guy that we'll focus on is Tyler Soderstrom, who, I mean, is 64 overall. I know he got called up in real life by the Athletics. And, I mean, he's had a good season, man. 270 average, 7 homers, 28 ribbies, a 760 OPS. He's going to come in later in the game as kind of a bench guy. But he's a guy that we're going to look to. I think he plays for the Crusaders, I believe, if I were to guess. That might be wrong. But anyway, we're going to go into this All-Star game here again. And we're kind of focused on those 3 players. And here is Jose Devers in his first at-bat here in the bottom of the first with 1 away. So, let's see what he swings on here. He swings on an 0-1, a line drive that is caught, though, by the left fielder for an out. And actually, one more guy we'll focus on is Adrian Morejon, who 102 innings for him in Double-A, and he's been pretty good. A 3.08 ERA and a 1.14 WHIP, and 102 innings pitched. So those are good numbers for him. He is already 23, so he's a little bit on the older side of the prospects, especially being at Double-A. So we'll see how he develops in this franchise. But either way, he's going to get an out here on a grounder to second base. So he starts the inning off well.
Now batting.
Certainly. And now here is Jorge George Valera. Or Jorge Valera, no, it's George Valera. But let's see the first pitch here to Valera from the pitcher. Is a swing from Morejon, is a swing and a drive in a deep left field. And that ball is gone. It's into right, actually. And it is a home run. George Valera with a bomb, and that's a big-time swing. The North All-Stars here get a 1-0 lead in the second inning. So that ball was crushed here. It's actually 2-0 the score. As I just kind of got a lot of things wrong on that call, but either way, that ball was crushed, and Valera knew it immediately as he swung at it. So 100.9 exit velo, a 422-foot blast by Valera right there. So 2 down in the inning now. Morejon looking to close the deal here in this inning, and that is going to end it to end the top of the third inning. So Morejon does get a run here to George Valera, so not a crazy good inning for him in the in his appearance here in this All-Star game, but either way, now we go to the middle of the third, or the next appearance that we have for you. And it is in the bottom of the third here. Jose Devers up again for his second opportunity at the plate. And there is a swing and a line drive. That ball is down, and it's going to roll to the wall and be extra bases. Let's see if he will stop at second base. He will, and that's a good decision. But there's a double by Jose Devers right there. So good swing. As, you saw that one lined into the outfield and way back there into the gap. So, now here is Kevin Smith. And there's a drive, and that ball is into the same spot, basically. Almost identical to the Devers double. That's going to score Devers from second. And there's a run for the South All-Stars here. They're now down by 1. Now we go to the fourth inning here, and Devers up again for his third at bat. There's a stolen base attempt, and they get the runner trying to go to second base there. So that'll end the fourth inning. But now a 6-3 game with the East, I believe, over the North All-Stars here up by a few runs. So we go to the bottom of the fifth inning here. Here's Jose Devers. And Devers will pop it up over to the second baseman. That catch is made for the out. So I think I told you I wanted to focus on Matos in this game. I don't actually think I didn't end up hitting with Matos in this game, so sorry about that. But here now is Taylor Soderstrom, and this is his first at bat in the game here, all the way in the ninth inning. And actually the Southern All-Stars have come back in this game to take the lead 7-6. 3-2 count, though, is a swing and a miss. And, that's tough. One appearance, and it's a strikeout. So, yeah, definitely could have gone better there for Soderstrom. But either way, now 1 down in the ninth inning here. Kendrick Fellows is pitching in this game as well. He was in the Futures game, actually. As there's a fly ball that is caught in the outfield for the out. So 2 down in the inning now. 1 out away. And a man on here now for the batter. There's a ground ball, and it's not picked up correctly, and the throw to first is not in time. So the hitter there will reach on an error by the shortstop. That'll keep the ball game going. And now Fellows has to get another out. An extra out here, Drew Mendoza. Last chance now for the North All-Stars in this game. What can he do here? 2 down, 2 on in the ninth. 2-1 is a fly ball, and there's Matos, and he makes the catch to end the game. And there's a win by the South here. The South All-Stars win this one 7-6. San Jose Devers gets the double, the run scored. George Valera really had a big impact as well with his big time home run. But that is what this final box score looks like. 3 runs by the South in the 5th inning. They get another one in the 6th inning. And yeah, not a lot of guys that we were focusing on in this game. But where is Matos? Been Matos play on this team? I'm not sure. He might not have. I don't think we really focused with anybody there besides Tyler Soderstrom. But either way, there's a look at the stats there again. And that'll do it for me in this episode here. That does it for the Futures game for the Minor League All-Star games. And we will be back again with the Major League All-Star game next time. Again, no home run derby recording coverage, unfortunately. Again, that's my fault, my bad there for not coming through on my part and deleting those clips when I should not have. So, either way, we'll just have the Major League All-Star game. And then the next episode after that will kind of be one game in the Major League All-Star. Then we'll have the trade deadline, which will be, of course, an important episode. So don't miss that. Notice me, subscribe to the channel to be notified when I come out with new videos. Have a great day, everybody. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars, and God bless.